It is time now for the Peer Channel 3 o'clock news for this Wednesday afternoon, going into Wednesday evening, February 25th, 2015. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Peter Wiggins. We are your 3 o'clock news headlines, and our top story at 3 o'clock here is three New York City men were arrested today on charges they allegedly conspired to join ISIS in Syria while also training to carry out attacks on terrorist groups BF in the United States, the FBI said. In Washington, Susan E. Rice, President Obama's National Security Advisor, sharply criticized Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of Israel on Tuesday over his plans to address a joint meeting of Congress next week, saying his actions had hurt his nation. Shot McLeod Police Department charges Tina in triple homicide. The U.S. Congress should pass net neutrality legislation that overturns proposed rules on the Federal Communications Commission so that the protection survive over the long term, some opponents of the FCC approach said. Janet Yellen defended the Federal Reserve against the accusations that it's publicly pillaged the Obama administration and liberal groups during a heated exchange with the Republican members of Congress. The man who killed Navy SEAL snapper Chris Kyle is likely to spend the rest of his life in prison. Based on what we know about former Marine Eddie Ray Raff, it's not hard to figure out how they might go. Drones were seen flying over landmarks in Paris for a second night in a row. Beirut Islamic State militants have moved to a large group of Christians that they have abducted to one of their strongholds as the fighting raged on Wednesday between the extremists and Kurdish and Christian militiamen for control of the chain of villages along the strategic. An historic sex offense inquiry to the singer, Sir Cliff Richard, has increased significantly in size and involves more than one allegation, police said. Thousands of dogs have been poisoned and killed by a popular brand of Purina dog food benefit that contains toxins the pet owner alleges in a lawsuit filed in the California federal court. The liberal wing of the Democratic Party can be susceptible to moral victory fallacy, which is in the most degraded form of considering a righteous loser preferable to be a compromise winner. Senate Democrats agreed to vote on a Republicans' plan to finance the U.S. Department of Homeland Security and leave the funding to pass to House Speaker John Boehner to resolve. In Washington, new U.S. single-family home sales fell on the slightly in January despite big declines in a snow pattern. No-face wall supplies rose to its highest level since 2010, hopeful signs for a sluggish housing market. Target Corporation delivered a cautious profit outlook for the first quarter and reported a loss in its fourth quarter, driven down by costs to its money-losing foray in Canada. TJ Maxx raises wages that follow in Walmart's lead. Interest rates on some American Express credit cards will be increasing according to a letter sent out to let customers this month, as the rate action will affect a small percentage of the company's 55 million U.S. customers. Here. All right, take a look at stock market report down 18,209.44. Up 25 cents. SP 500 12.23 down 3.25, and Nasdaq 62.95 down 5.17. In Mountain View, California, Apple's moving to Silicon Valley headquarters that look like a spaceship as Facebook has expanded its campus with a new building designed by Frank Gehry, and Google plans new headquarters in the city fears being overrun. Apple this week lost a patent infringement case related to iTunes software and was ordered to pay $532.9 million in fines. It is reported by Bloomberg as Apple argued that it never used the patents in a question and it's asked the court to invalidate those patents. A number of celebrities are standing behind Zendaya following Gianna Rentet's controversial remarks in Monday's Fashion Police. Ever been totally dominated by the computer player? Researchers determined that the exact length eyelashes should be in order to protect the eyes from harmful dust and debris. The recent study found that at least 22 species of mammals have eyelashes that are 1/3 of the width of their and any length shorter. At the conference on retroviruses and opportunistic infections in Seattle, Washington, researchers from the UK presented findings from a study suggested that taking an anti-retroviral drug daily is highly effective at protecting the men who have sex with men from HIV. Washington, common additives in ice cream, margarine, and packaged bread may Processed foods may promote the inflammatory bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, and Crohn's disease, as well as a group of obesity-related conditions. Take a look at New England alerts here at 3:05. Okay, let's move it on to the sports. That's the sign of inevitability, the sign that the Chicago Bulls descend in the Eastern Conference sentence as torn knee ligaments usually have their arbitrary effect on Derrick Rose. Patrick Kane's injury creates one big hole in the Chicago Blackhawks lineup and a host of possibilities, some riskier than others for general manager Stan Bowman. Baltimore Ravens released Jacoby Jones-Zero during Super Bowl run in 2012 and 13. LeBron James is not thrilled that it is son and young basketball standout 10-year-old LeBron James Jr. has all received letters and even scholarship offers from college coaches. And David T's rants at the base rules. Tonight, the Boston Celtics will be at the TD Garden tonight, taking on New York Knickerbockers. Game time 7:30 p.m. And the week lines will be at Amsterdam Gymnasium at 7 o'clock tonight for the NEWMAC quarterfinal playoff game against the Emerson Lions. There, Peter Chell News Time is at 3:06 here on this Wednesday afternoon here, and it is time now for a little Trevor report. And it shows Southeast Expressway on the southbound side. It's backed up from the Pike all the way down through Milton. Tiffany Old Tunnel on the southbound side. It's backed up from Sacred Bridge all the way down to the Mass Pike due to an accident on Route 93 southbound around the Mass Pike into Boston Historic Express Malays here. 93 on the southbound side, so from Somerville down to the Zakim Bridge. Route 129 on the northbound side is backed up from Fort 225 Lexington all the way up to Route 3 in Burlington here. 93 on the northbound side is backed up from Route 20 in Stoneham all the way up into Route 120 in the red in here. But otherwise, you are more on fine and Route 3 on the southbound side is backed up from the Braintree split down for Derby Street in Hingham here. And 290 on the southbound side slow around the Mass Pike and 395 in Auburn here. And 93 on the northbound side, it's a little slow from Route 125 in North End of all the way up in the Lawrence here. And take a look at down in Rhode Island here, 95 on the southbound side, and it's a little slow from 126 in Providence all the way for downtown Providence. 146 south slope before you approach Route 95 in downtown Providence there. Peter Channel and Borden and Sagamore bridges are more on fine, and Jamestown and Newport bridges are more on fine here. Okay, take a look at MBTA transit alerts. Here, Green Line East service suspended between Brigham Circle and Heath Street. Please use Route 39 bus for service between Brigham Circle and Heath Street. Red Line experienced minor delays between AOF and Central due to an earlier disabled train. And Fitchburg South Acton train 4H is now delayed 60 to 70 minutes due to an earlier mechanical problems and issues, and the train is moving here. And extra service on Fitchburg South Acton line to Brandeis Roberts Station due to signal problems. Peter Channel News Time is now 3:08, and it's time now for a weather report, our current conditions. Okay, for this afternoon, go like this. Most of the sky about 33 degrees, west wind about 9 miles, but gust is 25 miles per hour. For tonight, Park clouds low about 7 above, west wind about 3 to 6 miles per hour. For Tuesday, Thursday, most of the sky high about 22 degrees, wind chill as low as 2 below, north wind about 6 miles per hour. For that, most of the sky low about 7 above, wind north wind about 5 miles per hour. For Friday, Park sky about 23 degrees, north wind about 6 miles per hour. Friday night, most of the sky low about 4 above. Saturday, sun sky about 25 degrees. Saturday night, most of the coast got low about 6 above. For Sunday, Putts got about 33 degrees. Saturday night, chance of snow, most of the coast got low about 24 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 40%. For Monday, chance of snow, so most of the coast got high about 37 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 40%. For Monday night, Park coast got low about 14 degrees. For Tuesday, chance of snow, Putts got about 33 degrees. Chance of precipitation is 30%. Northern temperature is standing at 35 degrees with fair skies. So that's me for the Peter Channel 3 o'clock news, and it's February 25th, 2015 on a Wednesday afternoon. POC, have a good day. We'll see you later. Bye-bye, buddy.